Hi, I'm Terry, and I'm nuts about stamping. I'm back today with another Sundays with Sizzix project. It's this fall card that I'm actually making to swap with my team members at my team meeting tomorrow. So I thought, well, I really like this design, which I actually saw on a demonstrator-only website, something very similar to this, and I liked the layout and the idea so much that I added a few twists and turns and made it my own card. So I thought I would share it with you too. So let's get started. I'm going to start with a piece of River Rock cardstock that's cut 8.5 by 4 1/4. I've got it on my Simply Scored, and I'm going to score it at the 4 1/4 mark, which is the halfway point, and that is going to create my card base. The next thing I'm going to do is add some strips of Whisper White Soft Suede and Early Espresso cardstock. I always keep my scraps. I had some very long pieces of scraps hanging around, and I thought this will be perfect. I'll use them as strips on the card front. So I will do the soft suede. Make sure that the lines are straight, otherwise my card will be a little funny looking. And then I'm going to do the Whisper White. I'm going to tuck it in fairly closely to the soft suede. There we go. And then the Early Espresso. Now I hope as I do this you have all sorts of color combinations that are coming to mind. If not, grab your color coach, and that would be a great tool to show you the Stampin' Up! Colors that Stampin' Up! Recommends go together. The next thing I'm going to do is bring in my Affection Collection stamp set, and I'm going to create the phrase or the word that's going to go on the front of my card that I'm going to die cut using my Big Shot. So I'm going to take the Friend stamp, and I've got it mounted on clear block B. I'm going to stamp it using Early Espresso. The beauty of stamping before you die cut is if you're a little bit crooked, that's okay, because you can make it straight when you die cut it. So I've got that done. And then I'm going to bring in the Apothecary Accents framelets. I love this set of framelets. They're very diverse, they're very different, and they're lots of fun to play with. You can use them in a variety of ways. I'm going to bring in my Big Shot. Now for framelets, you want your platform on the very top or on tab 2, your bottom standard cutting pad, your cardstock with your framelit. Now I know because of the layout of my card, I want my word over towards the right side, so I'm going to set it up that way when I lay it down on my cardstock. And then I'm going to put the top standard cutting pad on, hold it in place so it doesn't slide, and then run it through my Big Shot. Like so. And then I'm just going to punch it out and set that aside, because now what I need to do is use the same piece of cardstock and some paper snips, and I want to stamp my leaves. Now, I haven't used this stamp set in a long time. It's called Gently Falling. It's a 2-step stamping stamp set, so it comes with 2 containers, and it's one price for both containers. And what it has is solid images and line art images, and I'll show you how you use those. It's really cool. It adds a lot of detail to what you're stamping. So I'm going to bring in my River Rock card stamp pad. I'm going to ink up the solid image first. I'm going to stamp it down. Then I'm going to use the same ink, and I'm going to stamp up the line image, the line art image, and I'm going to stamp it right on top of the solid image, and it gives the veins of the leaves. I could use a darker color to make it stand out more, but for this card I'm not going to do that. And then I need to bring in my washer and dryer, my Stampin' Scrub, because I'm going to use the same 2 stamps. This time I'm going to use my soft suede. I'm going to stamp the solid image first. And then I'm going to ink up my line art and stamp it right on top. If you're a little off, it's okay. It's art. So don't put pressure on yourself. What I tell people who are very particular stampers, that are my customers, I say don't think, just stamp. And it'll work out okay. And it usually does. And then the last thing I'm going to do is bring in my early espresso. Stamp the solid image first. Whoops. And then I'm going to bring in the line art image and stamp it on top. And there we go. And then my next step is to cut out all 3 leaves. So I've got my fabulous paper snips, and I'll do that, and I'll be back in a moment, and I will show you how to complete the card and put it all together so it's ready for my team meeting tomorrow. Back in a moment. All right, I'm back, and now it's time to put my card together. I'm going to start by adhering the friend image on first, because then I know where I want everything else to be on my card, and I can arrange it just so. All right, so I'm going to adhere the friend. It does have some overhang. That's okay. I'll take care of that in a minute. And then I'm going to bring some Stampin' Dimensionals. You know how I love my Stampin' Dimensionals. And I'm going to put my River Rock leaf like that. I'm going to take my soft suede leaf and put it so it's gently falling down. Get it? Gently falling stamp set. And then I've got my early espresso that I'll bring back in like that. And then I'm going to turn my card over and bring back in my paper snips and snip off the overhang on my phrase. And that's it. A quick and easy card that's really pretty and is ready now for my team meeting tomorrow for my card swap. For a complete listing of the supplies and the measurements for the cardstock, please visit my blog, www.nutsaboutstamping.com. While on my blog, make sure you are a newsletter subscriber. I have lots of newsletters that I send out each month with project ideas you won't see anywhere else. You can place an order for the products I use to make this card, but if you want to do so, I would wait until Monday, October 29th. Hint, hint, there's something big coming on October 29th that Stampin' Up! Has never done before, so you might want to wait to place your order there. Or you can ask me a question, or you can look through lots of other sample ideas. I'm Terri. I am Nuts About Stamping. See you next time. Bye for now.